Very good, everybody. Welcome on board. My name's Josh, and I'm going to be your pilot today. We have just crossed over the Great Ocean Road, and off to our right we'll begin to see the Apostles, which we'll be turning towards just now. And here they are, everybody. Here are the Apostles. You may notice you can't see 12 Apostles. That's because there isn't. There's only 7 Apostles remaining. This is Apostle number 2 off to our right there, and then we'll see Apostle number 1, the big one with the grassy top. So from now on, all of the Apostles, they're going to be behind us. All the other rock formations ahead of us, they're actually not a part of the Apostles. They got their own unique names. For example, this large grassy island off to our right there is called Muttonbird Island. Named after the muttonbirds, also known as the short-tailed shearwaters that inhabit the island. Those birds, they migrate all the way from Alaska to the southern coast of Australia every year, which is about a 30,000 kilometre journey. Then on our right there, we've got that large triangle-looking rock formation with the hole in the centre called the Baker's Oven. Named the Baker's Oven because the early sailors thought the hole in the centre resembled a bit of a baking oven. I think it resembles a big slice of cheesecake myself. And then on our right there, we can see that big rock formation in the water, which is called Sentinel Rock. Sentinel Rock there, it stands at approximately 70 metres tall. That's about the equivalent of a 20-storey building. Now off to our right, we've got the beautiful little township called Port Campbell. Port Campbell there is home to approximately 600 full-time residents, and it's a very popular summer holiday destination. Very beautiful town there. I definitely recommend to stop there if you get a chance. Some really nice little cafes and good places to stop and eat out there. Port Campbell, it was actually originally used as a old whaling and trading port as well, back in the 1800s. Now, just ahead of us there, you can see there's a big arch in the rocks, and that's appropriately being given the name called the Arch. The car park to view the arch area is currently closed due to erosion in the area, meaning one of the only ways, but I reckon the best way to view it is how we are today by helicopter. The point just ahead of us there is called Point Hess, and on the other side of Point Hess we'll then see the London Bridge.
One is the London Bridge.
What was that, sorry?
One is the London Bridge.
We'll see that very shortly. We're not quite there yet. This one's just called the Arch, so it's its own unique rock formation.
On the right is the arch.
Yeah, just the Arch, yep.
Thank you.
We'll see the London Bridge in about a minute's time.
That's fine.
And here is the London Bridge coming up on our right hand side. The rock formation off to our right there. You can see it's disconnected from the mainland with a big arch in the centre, the London Bridge. Got the name the London Bridge because originally it was a double arch rock formation that resembled the double arch London Bridge in London. But back in the year 1990, the second arch of the London Bridge did collapse, and it left two people stranded on that little island just there. Those two people, they had to be rescued later that day on a helicopter. Just making a left-hand turn so we can then see the London Bridge on our left-hand side. And there's the London Bridge off to our left.
London Bridge কোথায় রে?
Yeah, directly off to our left now. It's probably back on our, yeah, it's a bit hard to see now just because it's behind us. This big cliff face coming up on our left there, they call that the lace curtains. Got the name the lace curtains because in the morning we get sea mist that rises up over the cliff face, and the early sailors and fishermen used to think it looked a bit like a lace curtain from their boats. And then we've got Port Campbell Township off to our left there once again, made up mostly of tourism workers, farmers and fishermen. And ahead of us there we'll once again see Sentinel Rock, tallest rock formation that's in the 12 Apostles National Park. Now coming up on our left you can see where the cliff face sharply goes in and out, and there's a little beach down the bottom there of a cove, and it's called Horseshoe Cove, also known as Sparks Gully. Horseshoe Cove there, it's actually home to a little colony of fairy penguins that live on that beach. Perfect home for the penguins because there is no access down to the beach, meaning the penguins are safe from all the predators that live on the mainland. The fairy penguins, they can be seen around dawn and dusk as they make their way to and from the water after a day's fishing. Now on our left we've got that large triangle looking rock formation called the Baker's Oven. Then we've got Sherbrooke River, the little river coming out of the beach there, and Broken Head, the rocky point just ahead of us there. And now coming up on our left, we've got this large grassy island, which is called Muttonbird Island. I reckon it looks like a big question mark or a seahorse there for the grassy top. And then we've got the first apostle just about to come up on our left now, the big one at the grassy top, and all of the apostles laid out along the coastline. That's except for the two that are down the very far end there. Those two, they're actually not a part of the apostles. They have their own unique names. Those two are called Gog and Magog. So if we count out the apostles themselves, we'll have apostle number 1 directly on our left now, the big one with the grassy top. Then we've got apostle number 2, the big one with the pointy top. Then we'll have apostles number 3, 4, 5 and 6 in that little cluster there, number 6 being the small one with the grassy top, and then apostle number 7, the big one in the corner next to the viewing platform. So they are our 7 apostles. The 2 down the far end, as I mentioned, they're not a part of the apostles. They've got their own unique names individually called Gog and Magog. Alrighty everybody, very shortly we're going to make a left-hand turn as we're going to slowly start a descent for landing. As we do, we're going to get some great shots as we're passing over the top of the coastline.
Wow.
Very good everybody, I'd like to thank you all for coming flying with me today at 12 Apostles Helicopters. So once we've landed, if everyone could just please remain seated and keep your seatbelts fastened. I'll just repeat, please don't undo your seatbelts. The ground staff, they're going to come and help you out of the helicopter, and they're going to come and undo your seatbelts for you, okay? Very good guys, thank you for flying with me again. The ground staff, they'll come help you from the helicopter. Thanks everybody.